Welcome in. Welcome to Anti-Chats and Tarot. Hello. Let's see. Libra's up next. Hello, Libras. Welcome in. Let's get to your message. Please remember that not everything's going to resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. Take what helps you to help yourself and leave the rest. Let's see. What's the good angle here? Maybe that's what you're saying. What's the good angle here? Remembering you have control over what you let in, what you don't. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Let's get into this. Something about sand, and I believe you're talking about a vacation, a sandy vacation. What's the angle on this? I think you're getting away from something. Maybe taking a little break, a sandy beach break. Yeah, you're definitely thinking about the angles. What's the healthy way here? You're tired of worrying about this, tired of trying to avoid issues, difficulties. You want your strength back. You don't want to be held back here, something holding you back here. Here we go. You want peace and love. 7 of Wands in the reverse. You feel like there's been just a big misunderstanding that's grown out of control here. What else do we have here, Libra, for you? And this, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's a domino effect. And I have to deal with this, and I have to deal with this, and I have to deal with... That's kind of the energy. But you're also piecing it together that somehow it's connected to one thing. That just domino effect happened here. 8 of Pentacles. Is it something about your work? You're no longer with your work, or you no longer feel like there's opportunity there? What's that more specifically, please? King of Cups. What's lacking in your work is emotion or teamwork or some sort of caring for one another. It just feels like everybody's kind of going through the motions, but nobody really cares about the project or the people involved. Hitting numbers, something like that. You're following an Emperor in the reverse. This is somebody that takes advantage of their position, takes advantage of their authority over others, is not a leader. I'm hearing that's where the miscommunication started from. The nucleus we were talking about that started the domino effect is all about some false leader here. Yeah. You are determined to not have any regrets here. What's the advice here? Yeah, you're putting a lot of the pieces together. You're seeing it clearly, the star. Yeah, and that's in order to heal, I feel. The advice is to heal. Okay, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. It's in the reverse here. There's just no loyalty amongst the group. The leadership is... It's just old, it's stale, it's stagnant, haggard, doesn't care. Yeah. You're wanting to quickly move and transition into something else. This isn't a good spot for you and your family. If it once was, it no longer is. 2 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. You're taking a break here, trying to figure it out. And there is an element of just slight fear here, I feel like. What's my next move? Yeah, what's the angle? That's how we started. The advice, know what's good for you, what's good for your family. False evidence appearing real is what fear is all about. Take that in consideration, you know. Be with your thoughts and get a handle on that fear, that it's just false evidence appearing real. Page of Pentacles, yeah. This is no longer for you, this situation. It's like your head is hitting the glass ceiling here. It has for a while. But maybe they were saying something was going to be available to you, so you stuck with it. Because I think as soon as there was a changing out of the guards here, you could feel the life of the place left. And a lot of people followed. I think a lot of people also felt the energy change, and not in a good way. Knight of Cups, yeah. A lot of people that were very close, tight-knit, almost like a family unit that were working on something here career-wise, walked away from this, pulled back. Ten of Cups, it was no longer what they had hoped for, and they sought their happiness elsewhere. And there's a big emphasis on a lot of you have family here, and that's part of the consideration. So you're either transitioning out of this old situation in work like a lot of your fellow cohorts, or you're thinking about doing it and you know you need to do it. It's what's best for you. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, but I feel like you're in some sort of managerial role and somebody's saying, you can't leave because I lean on you. You know, I'm new to this, where you should have gotten the position anyway. But they're saying, I lean on you. You have years of experience. I really need you. Maybe they're even throwing money at you and you're wondering, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Only you know if it's worth it. In some cases, they're not even throwing money at you, so you might want to consider that if you stay. Because you know you've got them up against the ropes. Wheel of Fortune here, Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you want things to change for sure. I see the wheels turning while you are shutting down emotionally to this situation. Eight of Swords in the reverse. That energy has come out early on in this read about feeling like you're being held back and not allowing that, releasing yourself from that. Justice, Hangman, yeah. But you're giving things a lot of thought. What's the angle here? That's how we started. You want your justice, you want your balance, yeah. And where your heart will be happy. That's big for you. Where your family will be happy. It was very important to you to be around these groups that had family and likenesses, similarities to you, where, you know, it felt like a second family. A lot of those people have left, or a lot of those people are unhappy like you are, the world. This talks about taking a pause when you should be taking action, and the action is to close this out. Why are you hesitating? For those of you who are, some of you have already, you know, you're finding the new, but you've already left the old. Transition. Just worried about this transition for everybody that it involves. I think heavy duty on the family. And wondering what you don't see, yeah. Where you see your balance. Because you don't want to have any kind of downtime and lack, okay? Yeah, you know this. You've been there before. You don't want to bring that chaos on your family or you again. Yeah, but you know this is not for you anymore. This old work situation, not for you anymore. You want to find your tribe, your happiness for you and others involved in your family. Something about roses is very important here. Final card. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, these cards are saying take action here, or you've taken action here, and don't second guess that action because you've known what to reject here. But now maybe it's just a matter of what's happiness to you and where to move forward. I feel like that's a big part of this too. This stuck in the mud energy, just kind of embrace it, because even though that can feel uncomfortable when you feel like you're stuck, the divine is actually putting you in that sort of environment, in that sort of energy, so you can take the time you need. So don't worry as best you can about things, but embrace this time as a designated time to think this through. And if there's a stuck feeling, feel more like this is an opportunity to take the time to quiet the mind, to take the time to make good decisions, to take the time to find the angle, to take the time to evaluate before making my next move. Spirit of place. This talks about all the essence of everything. Everything connected, the essence of everything. Beautiful card. I feel like there might be some travel here. We did talk about the sand being your retreat. Spark. Yeah, because you just need a spark here to get you going again. What's the path? The path has to do with what sparks you. Could be music. What you love, some passion of yours, follow that. What makes you feel calm in this energy of fear? Follow those guidelines. Could be art, something creative. Coming together, and come together with that passion, with that sense of peace, with that sense of calm, with that sense of a spark. Come together with that. What you love. I feel like there's opportunities that are wide open for you here. Listen to the messages. Meditate, prayer, listen to the messages. For some of you, you're saying, I'm way too old to be starting over. And Spirit's saying, time is fluid. Redemption, this is your redemption, is by claiming your leadership, not following somebody else isn't a leader. Letting go of the past. Let's grab a charm. Yeah. I just see you kind of out of sorts right now, Libra, trying to find your way. Could be dealing with a Cancer. Here's the crab. But I feel like more or less that's saying just, open yourself up to the emotions of this and really feel them. I know a lot of times that's hard, but it's not as hard once we're in it as we think it's going to be. Sometimes very helpful in cleaning the slate, which is what you're needing to move forward. Yeah. You've got the skunk here. It's just, left a bitter taste in your mouth here, what you've had to endure or experience, or how something really kind of pleasant and enjoyable and special was ruined by some leadership that came in that was not a leader in any way, or, no leadership here, but also destroyed just this really neat nucleus you had. But I feel like Spirit's saying there's other opportunities here. Don't lose hope. What rushes towards you and rushes fast is just your truth. Figure out where your passions lie, where your love of project is, what you want for your family, what calms your mind, what calms you down in the face of all this anxiety, and follow that. And family is big here too. Family is definitely big. But what's your truth? And if you're not sure, ask the divine through prayer. Help with managing those big questions and answering them. What are your answers? They may not come immediately to you, but keep asking them. They will eventually. Keep focusing in on them. They will eventually. Ask for them to come towards you. Ask your divine team. Send me signs. Send me where I'm supposed to go. What are the next steps? And then listen for the signs. Watch for the signs. That's your message, Libra. A little bit abstract, but still something you can work with. You're sharp. You've got this. And you know already where you don't want to be, so that's half the battle. Please do like this video, hype it, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. I'd love to hear your comments, read your comments. Until next time, let's remember who we are, and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.